Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube, Diggy546? Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like the video if you like the video. And I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so I wanted to talk about what I'm looking for tomorrow into the first preseason game against the Jets. For some reason I thought this game was on Sunday, but it is on Saturday tomorrow at 7:30 against the Jets. First off, some general things I'm excited about is, of course, I get to finally see the Giants play football for the first time in 8 months or 9 months or something like that. I think, yeah, 8 months, because we played in probably January. Finally get to see some of these rookies that I've been waiting to see. Like, I'm just curious to see what Zach Wilson looks like in a game. We're going to be playing a lot of our backups, but I think our backups are still going to be a pretty good test to see where Zach Wilson is in his production, as far as his progression so far. I think it should be a good game. I'm not sure if Mekhi Becton is healthy or not. I'm trying to remember, but he should be a pretty good test for our edge rushers, whoever's out there. I don't think Bradbury will be out there. I don't think Dory Jackson will be out there. Pretty much all of our proven kind of vets, I don't see being out there, and that's kind of disappointing because everybody, of course, was thinking this would be the game that we would see. We would see DJ, we would see Kenny Golladay, we would see Cadarius Toney, we would see the entire offense and how it looks. Probably not Saquon, but people were probably thinking that this would be the first game that they would see DJ and Golladay connect, on the same page, on the same field with the same jerseys on. But it's not going to happen. Golladay probably will not play this entire preseason. Maybe he'll play a snap or two or a drive in the third one, but I highly doubt he'll play this preseason. Probably you'll see him the first time week 1. Other than that, we get to see some Giants football, and I wanted to talk about 5 players that I'm most excited to see tomorrow against the Jets. I already said Zach Wilson, but he's not a Giants player. And I just kind of want to see how he does against our defense. I don't think we'll be disguising much. And I'll just see how good our backups are against a pretty bad team to just see how everybody looks. Elijah Moore is going to be out there. He's been torching the Jets DBs. Let's see how he does against our backups. But number 1, and I mean, this isn't a big surprise. I haven't gotten any word about him not playing, but he's a rookie. And according to the unofficial depth chart, even though I just found out that these unofficial depth charts are put together actually by the PR team and not the coaching staff at all. But according to the unofficial depth chart, Azeez has been taking the backup reps at linebacker. O'Shane is the starter. So I'm thinking Azeez will get at least a couple of drives, maybe at least one. So I'm happy to finally see Azeez Ojulari out there. I think he's probably the guy that we're expecting the most from in his first year. Cadarius Toney is a guy that we took in the first round, and a lot of people say he's raw, this and that. But if we didn't have the guys that we have in there, he will be a starter for us. He is a guy that can contribute early. I just don't think he'll be expected to because he's right now is the 4th receiver on our team. We got some nice guys there. Golladay is, of course, our number 1. We paid him like it. Sterling Shepard is, of course, your number 2. And he's pretty much going to have to battle it out with John Ross and Darius Slayton to be that third option. But I don't think that he's going to win that, right off the bat. So I'm hoping that Azeez Ojulari, who's probably expected to do the most this year because that spot is wide open. That outside linebacker spot is wide open. And I think that he's going to show a lot of bursts off the line of scrimmage, more than what we've seen from that outside linebacker spot in a long time. I mean, Marcus Golden was just a hard-working kind of guy. Before that, we didn't really have a 3-4 outside linebacker because we were in a 4-3 for so long. Maybe OC had a nice get off. He definitely did. As far as speed off the edge, Strahan was more of a convert speed to power and use a lot of moves. Justin Tuck pretty much the same thing. But as far as just pure edge rusher, run the corner kind of speed, Azeez Ojulari, OC, these guys are in the same stratosphere. It's just as pure, not just Azeez being OC, but as far as pure, being able to just run the edge, being able to bend at a high level, He's very similar to that. So I want to finally see that in a Giants jersey in a game. Hopefully he'll get some snaps against someone like Mekhi Becton. And I think they have Morgan Moses there. He's a good tackle. So let's see if Azeez can get back there. I'm predicting that Azeez will force a fumble because he does have a knack. At least in college, he had a knack for getting to the quarterback and not only getting there, but forcing those fumbles. I haven't heard too much about Azeez making big plays in practice. But at the same time, it's practice, it's training camp. You really can't judge things on guys competing against their own teammates. A lot of times they're sacks. And, they don't get recorded because there's no tackle. You're not hitting the quarterback. So I'm expecting Azeez to have a big first game. Not statistically, but just to look at him and see him be able to come off the edge with a lot of ferocity. So moving on here, I'm going to try to get through the rest of these guys pretty quickly because I don't want the video to be too long. I'm already 6 minutes in. Rodarius Williams, he has been doing this thing. 6th round pick for us, I'm pretty sure. 6th round pick. He is the older brother. Actually, the Giants stream where they did their training camp, they got it wrong. He's the older brother of Greedy Williams, not the younger brother. And he wasn't Mr. Relevant. He was taken in the 6th round. But Rodarius Williams, he is an underrated guy because of his age. Hence, he was someone older brother who was already in the league. I think he's already 25 or 24. So he's an older guy, but he's still a rookie. And he's been playing some great football for us in training camp so far. He's been making plays, whether it be interceptions, pass breakups, all kinds of plays so far in training camp he's been making. And I just can't wait to see him against some other teams, some other competition. The Jets have Corey Davis and Elijah Moore, and I'm not really sure if Corey Davis is healthy. I haven't heard much about him. I'm assuming he's healthy. But they have a couple of pieces there, and it'll be interesting, of course, to see Rodarius line up against the fellow rookie Elijah Mitchell because I think I said Elijah Moore, actually. Elijah Mitchell is the running back out of Louisiana. But it'll be interesting to see how he does against Elijah Moore, who's been torching guys. Rodarius has been doing the opposite of that as far as the defensive side, playing great coverage. So this will be his first time against someone not on the Giants. And we'll see how he can hold up because I don't think that Bradbury and Adoree Jackson will get starting reps. Moving on to my third guy, Cadarius Toney. Cadarius Toney, he has been on the sideline, missing all kinds of practices. He had some time he had to miss because he had a family emergency where it was actually a death in his family. But Giants fans, of course, did not give him the benefit of the doubt as a human being and tried to say that he's just being lazy and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But he did have a death in his family. And, my prayers and my wishes go out to him for what he's dealing with. But he has missed a lot of time, and we haven't seen much of him. And I'm not sure if we'll see him in this game because he has kind of been slowly working back. And he did have something on, they have GPSs on every player that track how much work they're doing. So he got a rest day during Fan Fest. So he had that. I think he participated some part in practice. You guys that know the Fan Fest, that went to Fan Fest, you guys know better than me. But Cadarius Toney, I think he should be able to get into this game. Maybe he'll play some slide outside. I don't know if he'll get extended reps. But as a guy who's the 4th receiver on the depth chart probably right now, I see him being able to get reps because John Ross isn't going to play. He's dealing with a hammy. Kenny Golladay isn't going to play, and he wouldn't have played anyway. Sterling Shepard, I can't see him playing much at all. Slayton may get a little bit of burn, but I see Cadarius Toney finally getting into a real game, and we can see what he does in real tackle football in open space. We're going to finally see, the excitement that we thought that we see once we drafted him. So I'm excited for that. Moving on, because I don't want to make this video too long. David Sills, he's number 4 on this list. And David Sills has been catching every red zone target, making all kinds of contested catches in practice. He did more of the same last year. I have not been on the David Sills train, but as I see him make more and more plays, I can't help but noticing the guy. He is a former quarterback. He was supposed to be basically what Trevor Lawrence is, going all the way back to like 5th grade. Guys were offering him scholarships back then. Didn't work out. He ended up playing receiver. And David Sills is going to have a shot to make it at wide receiver. And I think he'll be able to have a chance to catch a lot of contested passes. Mike Glennon is a guy that really likes to give guys chances to make those big catches. And I think we'll see a couple touchdowns, especially if we're in the red zone, from David Sills this preseason. And maybe that starts tomorrow against the Jets. And then my last player, and this is pretty much a position, is the tight end position. Rising John, Cole Hickatinny, Nakia Griffin-Stewart, and Jake Houseman. Now, I say this because we don't know who's the fourth tight end after our top three guys. And we don't know if we're going to have to keep one of these guys because Kyle Rudolph, for some reason, isn't ready to go week 1. So I'm looking to see, is Rising John going to separate himself as that 6'7"? He put on some weight, so now he's about 240. 6'7", 240-pound tight end that can run routes and catch passes at a high level. Or is Cole Hickatinny, who's probably more of a hybrid guy who can catch passes and block, is he going to continue to be able to block well and catch some nice passes? He caught a couple of nice passes from DJ. I think he caught a touchdown at FanFest. So he's been someone that's been moving up the board. And Nakia Griffin-Stewart, I think, is more of a blocker, and Jake Houseman more of the same. But who's going to separate themselves as that fourth tight end and possibly the third tight end if Kyle Rudolph isn't able to go? So that's all I have for my top 5 players I'm looking out for, including the 4 tight ends I put on this list. But the top 5 guys I'm looking out for, you let me know who you're looking out for tomorrow in our first preseason game against the Jets. Should be fun. I mean, we've been seeing all these other teams play so far. The Eagles, Washington, Cowboys. We've seen all these other teams play, and we haven't gotten to play in our division. So I can't wait for tomorrow. It's going to be great. I should be live streaming. If not, I mean, I'll probably go the whole game because I'm going to be looking out for a lot of these guys. But I should be streaming at least most of the game, definitely at the beginning. So see you guys there. Again, let me know who you're looking out for, and have a great rest of your day. If you made it this deep into the video, come on, just hit the subscribe button. I make Giants content primarily, draft content secondarily, and during the season, I'm going to be doing a lot of reacting to pretty much most of the NFL games and everything NFL. So if you made it this deep, go ahead and join the D6 squad.